There is light and goodness within every single individual on this earth. And we have absolutely no hope of being able to see that when we're not in touch with both our own light and our own shadow. There are really challenging people in our life. If you are a human being on the planet that interacts with other human beings, there is going to be someone, or maybe lots of people, that challenge you. And something became really clear to me years ago when I started on this, my spiritual path, my path of understanding that we're all from the same energy, the same essence, is that the labeling of things like toxic and narcissistic, to me, those labels are not empowering, they're not useful, and they do not facilitate transformation. I've been in relationship with people where an outside perspective has been that person's a narcissist or an arsehole or something along those lines. And again, to me, this is not useful. Now let me unpack a little bit more what I mean by that, because I know this can be really hard-hitting for people, because there are very real challenges. Sometimes the trauma of these relationships is visceral and palpable and big. And I get that too. I really do. And it comes back to being able to really look at, number one, where am I looking outside of myself for safety, validation, connection, acceptance, appreciation? Where have I accidentally handed over my power and put a piece of myself over there where it's unattainable unless someone excuse me, behaves in a certain way? Do I know my wholeness? Do I know my light? Have I looked at my shadow? And what I mean by that is the parts of myself I have labeled as wrong. For me, I never want to be seen as a victim. Don't you feel sorry for me? It's a huge conditioning for me, and I will work bloody hard, or up until recently, I want to say, because language is creative, right? So this is not something that I want to invite into my presence, to not be seen. It was like a literal pushing away. Someone would say, I'm sorry you've experienced that. And I would do this. Maybe not with my voice or speaking, but in my energy, it would feel like failure, someone offering sympathy. So that's a part of me that I can't look at that part. Now, if we can't look at something, if we can't be with something, if we can't have and hold something, then it's got a hold on us. So that's been a huge integration in part of my journey. The shadow parts can be the angry parts, or the parts that need approval. I'm just thinking even about the labeling of shadow, right? It kind of it can invite some negative connotations, but these parts, when we're looking at them and able to be with them and to be in touch with them and to hold them, acknowledge them and love them, they actually become a doorway to knowing our wholeness in a deeper way. Know our light, accept our imperfections. And when we can do that here, really do that here, then the challenging people that we have, and maybe it's directly or maybe it's a governing body, or it doesn't matter if it's a direct relationship or if it's less direct, it's a head of a company, or it's someone that creates that, like that, right? Like that. Ooh. That is simply a signal from your soul that there's a part of you to integrate with. And when we're in that perspective, that way of seeing and being with life and in relationship, then things like narcissist and toxic, they can't really survive those kind of labels. And the people who are behaving in ways that we don't find acceptable or tolerable, that's where we get to have boundaries, right? That's where, because we're in touch with our own light and we're so clear on who we are, we get to say, not available for that, lovingly. And that's the key piece, is to stay out of judgment and absolutely anything that puts our own experience of life, our own vibration in a lower state. Because when we're talking about people as the narcissist and as toxic and as abusive, and again, I'm not negating an element of truth within any of that, I'm really not. My intention, my priority is always you. It's how do we make sure that you move through the world in touch with your light and your power uncircumstantially. No matter who is around, no matter what is going on, you feel empowered to be able to stand tall with your heart open wide and be who you are in the world. To not be concerned with the judgments of others, and to be able to see the light in everyone. When we can see that, we're shifting into a different way of thinking. Einstein We cannot solve a problem with the level of thinking that creates the problem, right? If we're seeing something as a problem, we're only going to be able to see it as a problem. When we shift and soften the way that we're viewing and holding something, new ideas can literally land in you. New possibilities, new actions, new directions, new. It's very simple. And it's not easy because we are ingrained within our culture to connect through complaining and through judging, in my experience. We want to talk about how hard things are and how shit the world is and how that BISM did this thing. And there's another layer to life that creates an expansiveness and an openness and an excitement, so that even in the darkest of times, even in the face of immense challenge, we can get in touch and hold all of it, first of all internally, and then bring that into the world. And from there, it's a more beautiful world from wherever it is you're standing. Sending you so much love, and I look forward to being with you tomorrow.